it's so lovely to speak to all three of you. First of all, congratulations on the show. I loved what I've seen so far. I'm so excited to see more. One of my favourite things about the series is that we're exploring a lesser known period in the Star Wars timeline, and so it feels there's a real sense of mystery, intrigue, but also risk, because we're not kind of bogged down by these pre-established events. So I was wondering, maybe Dafne, if I could get your thoughts on, was that something that drew you to the script, that sense of freedom with this show?
Yeah, I think that was definitely interesting for me when I hopped on a call with Leslie, and she was like, there's not much, there's like literature on it, but there's no like audio visual on it. And it gives us this creative freedom to play in this amazing world that George Lucas created, and we get to inhabit that world and kind of get into that mind space, but have the creative freedom to create like a completely original story. And also it was really exciting to make something that non-Star Wars fans could also enjoy and get into Star Wars with, which for me was a huge thing. I was like, this is so cool that this is so early, and it's really fun because people who aren't fans of Star Wars can watch it and get into it, but people who are fans of Star Wars can watch it, and then it does have connections to later, like the Skywalker bloodline, and we can kind of it was just really exciting to get creative freedom within this amazing world.
And for all three of you, you play Jedi, which I feel like for any Star Wars fan must be a dream come true. I was wondering for each of you, what was that kind of pinch me moment at any point in the process when you kind of realised the kind of gravity of the situation you found yourself in?
Being in the look for Nestor's first look for the first time, walking on the sets, which were all practically built, really felt like you were in the Jedi Temple. There was almost like not a lot of acting, and we were inside Star Wars. Everything was right there. Often walking onto set the first time is kind of a pinch me moment. You know, people around you bringing you to your place. Yeah. Oh, it's so cool.
I like even going further back, getting the call that I had gotten it, which is a pinch me moment in itself, but being able to call family members, friends who were fans.
I mean, you weren't supposed to be doing that.
What? To tell them? Yeah, I was on an NDA. I break my NDA all over the place. I called my mom.
Charlie's
my mom,
like,
you gotta call your mom.
Moms don't cover on NDAs. They're mom, right?
Charlie's like, it was so exciting tweeting about it as soon as I received the news.
I'm never going to be able to work for Disney again. It's pretty clear right now. But literally, it's like, break my NDA.
Also, getting a lightsaber is a huge, and all of the steps were very pinch me moments.
Truly.
Here's your lightsaber.
Cool. Yeah, casual. Just another Thursday.
Yeah, just another lightsaber.
Awesome. Yeah. The fights, learning how to, getting into fight training the first couple of days. I mean,
We had a really sweet bonding pinch me moment of we were stunt training, and Charlie came in a couple weeks after me, and Charlie was getting really frustrated because we were all at this point, we'd been training for like a month now. So he came in to like all of us like knowing how
ready
to
go,
use a saber. Which, by the way, Charlie was amazing at, because Charlie used to be a dancer, so he got it like this. But Charlie's very hard on himself, and he...
It's also part of Yord. Yord is
it was
perfectionist.
It was
and wanted to be perfect.
Yeah. And you were having a little freak out. And they brought in, and we'd requested to have the robes so that we could see how we moved in the robes. Right. And there was a real pinch me moment for me of watching Charlie in the robe with the saber. And I took a picture of him, again, not allowed. And I took a picture of him and I went, Master Yod, and I sent it to him, and it was a real moment of like, oh my god, like we're Jedi. Charlie in his robe practicing his drills.
Which was really, it's like after a day, I had been really upset about how not well I was performing in my fighting, and I got this text later from Dafne with me in the robe doing the fight saying Master Yord, and it made me feel really, really special.
I had another pinch me moment watching Charlie. I was visiting the set one day. I think there's something to do with the Force. You're on wires, and he flew into a scene, and we worked together on Russian Doll, playing really different characters. And I think I burst into tears. It was so cool, and it looked like I was watching Star Wars, which I was, and that was a pinch me moment too.
Yeah. I had so many moments of just going up to Leslie and being like, we're making Star Wars.
I want to touch on your character, Charlie Yord, because it feels like all three of your characters actually provide a real sense of stability in those early episodes. There's this bubbling sense of chaos. We see Soul start to lose his composure as he gets more emotionally invested. So I was curious, Charlie, if you could talk about Yord as the series progresses. Is he going to see those Jedi ideals that he upholds so well Are they going to be challenged? Are we going to see Jord maybe lose his composure?
It's a wonderful question. Thank you for asking it. I'm nervous about how much I can answer. You do get to see, I think the best parts about any kind of show, any project, anything that we're seeing, any story, is challenge to any kind of character or person. So of course he will be faced with challenges. And as we know, just from the trailers and just from what we can say, there are some outward dark forces aligning. It seems to be drifting out into our world. So yes, of course those are going to come up and be a problem for him. Jord gets to, I think one of the best parts about him is, as much as he is invested into the council, into the Republic, into what he sees as being right, he's not afraid to question. He's not afraid to acknowledge or recognize when things are stepping out of bounds or not ultimately receiving the positive outcomes that they should. So I think he's unafraid to challenge those risks. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course, perfect sense.
Yes.
Well, I think I'm out of time, but it's been so lovely to speak to all three of you. And good luck with the series coming out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.